So I'm gonna show you how you can make this shroud at home with very simple materials, just cheap. I think I spent less than $100 on the whole thing, and that was because I'm stupid. But you know, once you know what you're doing, you can do it cheaper. This is if you want to solve overheating problems in your engine. The flatheads they have, you know, they're notorious for overheating. This is gonna fix that. Yeah, so I started by drawing the circle frame that's 1/2 inch bigger than my fan, and then I cut it out. I also cut out a square frame of the core of the size of the radiator. You're gonna need these two frames in order to build the shroud. Yeah, so this here's what you wanna end up with. And then you cover it up with some old shirt or like some fleece material you got. You can put some spacers here to get the ring closer to the fan. In my case, on flatheads, the fan is very low compared to the radiator. So what I'm gonna do is I'm probably gonna end up having to cut the lower portion off, and then just having the top of it into the shroud. Now should be fine because most of the radiators over here anyways, this part here is not really gonna matter. Oops, forgot to record the rest of this, but this is basically that same frame that I did, and I have some pictures I'll post before this. But so in this picture you can see I've added some spacers between the circle and the square frame, and that's just to give it the shape that I want for the shroud. This is what I'm doing here. This is an old t-shirt, you know, just an old t-shirt. And I'm trying to wrap it around the ring and the frame of the radiator that I did. This is the core size, and then this is the size of my fan. You can see here. So eventually I will cut out a hole there, you know, but I just want to map out the shape. And right now I'm just using staples. So I'm stapling everything together just like that. Got a staple here. I gotta get another one here in the corner. And I'm just trying to make sure this stuff doesn't show up there. You don't want that there. But yeah, let me set this up and keep stapling. So I stapled all around it, and then I'm just gonna do where the fan's gonna go. Start cutting. This one I'll transport it to. Okay, so here's where I add the resin, the fiberglass resin, and then I patch it with some fiberglass all around it as well to give it more rigidity. At first, I just put it, so I first added the resin to the shirt, and then I added the fiberglass and then another coat of resin. I coated it 3 times in total. All right, so here I just spray candid with some primer. And this is gonna what the finished product's gonna look like. I'm gonna add some satin paint at the end, but you know, this is what you want to end up with. It's not too bad. I still gotta fill out some spots, so I use some filler. This guy here, just, you know, nothing too fancy. So after the resin and the fiberglass cured, sanded it and then put some filler in the low spots, and this is what you end up with. I mean, it's pretty nice shroud. Yeah, the interior you're gonna have, you know, the frame. I cut it out a little bit, so I left it to 1/2 inch. The initial frame I cut it 2 inches, but I want to get my, you know, that's where the radiator is gonna be. So I need to have maximum surface area there, right? So this is gonna let it breathe a lot better, and it's gonna pull air through the fan much better than before. A shroud helps a lot, especially on flatheads. So we'll see how this one goes. I'm just finishing the sanding and painting, finishing it up, and I might mount it tomorrow or something. But there it is. It's not too bad. All right, I'm trying to finish this up now. We got a little bit more of the resin, fiberglass resin here, or liquid resin, whatever. I put some brackets for the radiator, and then I flushed them out with the resin, so everything's gonna be flat, and then can mount okay to the radiator. And I just touched it up in a couple spots that I saw. You want to cover everything with resin. You don't want to leave any of the frame exposed, because you don't want it to start rotting or anything. So the resin protects the frame. And then that's it. I did use some primer, but this side I haven't finished it up, so I'm finishing right now. I've yet to attach the shroud, but that's what it's gonna look like. So these are brackets here. You can see the brackets here. It's kind of bad angle there. So brackets attached here. I'll just drill them, bolt them, and that'll leave me enough room to still mount the grill on the other one. You can see the other bracket here. So I sanded this flush. Everything's flat over here. You can see this is where I screw the bracket. And then I added resin, sanded it, and then painted it all. So now it's all black. And this is what the finished product looks like. Pretty cool. I should pull much better airflow now. You can add weather stripping in the edges if you feel like it's, you know, seeping air through there. But I'm probably gonna run it like that, see how it does. And if I can make it better, then I'll try and do that. But yeah, not too bad.